Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega. And off scene, you probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back. It is a new episode of Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega, and welcome to the show, everybody. It's Sunday night, November the 15th, and it's time to get you caught up in all the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment news. Tonight, it's Season 11, Episode 13, and tonight's show is titled Boring, James Boring. So, of course, our movie review of the week will be Spectre, the latest in the James Bond films. And then on top of that is, of course, the last 2 weeks worth of entertainment news. We skipped a week again last week, and I'll tell you, the main reason we skipped last week was because we were going to do the brand new Red Dragons Assemble episode. Well, we went to record it a couple nights ago, and we realized there wasn't really much to talk about. Most of the big news we would have been discussing, we discussed on the last episode of Red Dragons Assemble. So we kind of came together and we decided let's skip the month of November for Red Dragons Assemble, because there was just not much and not enough to talk about in October news. So we ended up skipping it, so therefore a new episode didn't go up. So that's what kind of threw it off. I didn't do an Am I on the Air last Sunday because I knew we were going to be doing Red Dragons Assemble. So I do apologize that we did not end up doing a Red Dragons Assemble. So for those of you that do listen to that show as well and are wondering where that episode is, that's what's happening. There will be no new episode this month, but we should be back in full effect next month to talk about all the latest wrap up of all the big November news. So with that being said, let's get into tonight's Am I on the Air? And I'm going to kick it off, of course, with our movie review. I saw this on opening night last week. This is the second week now that Spectre's been out, so I know I'm a little late to the game. I did see it on time, but I didn't do an episode last week, so I couldn't break it down for you. As you can tell by my title for tonight's show, Spectre was just kind of I was really looking forward to this film. I thought Casino Royale was good. I liked Quantum of Solace, and of course Skyfall was amazing. And I've been really loving all the movies that Daniel Craig has done as James Bond. And leading up to the release of Spectre, I thought Spectre looked incredible. I thought the trailers were really good. Super excited. My boy Dave Bautista was in it. It just looked like it was going to be a very, very worthy successor to Skyfall. And I'll tell you, we went and saw it, and the first 5-10 minutes of the movie before the opening theme song, where they're down in Mexico and it's the Day of the Dead, awesome beginning. So good. I mean, it really got me pumped. I was like, man, this movie's going to be awesome if it keeps up this pace. So it's an amazing opening. and then the opening theme song hits, which was kind of just some whiny song by Sam Smith. The writing's on the wall. I was like, you know, I mean, it kind of felt like a Bond song, but it was kind of whiny and lame, to be honest. Then the movie starts, and it just kind of goes downhill after that. Literally, I think the first 10 minutes were my favorite, and then after that, it just nosedived for me. I kind of relate it to being on a roller coaster ride. You know, there was ups and there was downs, and then there was ups and then there was downs, and unfortunately there was more downs for me than ups. Not to say this was a bad movie in any way. It was a good movie. My expectations were just really, really high because it's Bond, man. You know, it's what I expect. And I'll tell you, and it's not really a spoiler, but I was so excited that Batista was in it, and he did great. But he has no dialogue in the film. He literally says one word. And I kept waiting for him to talk. I kept waiting for him to do something. And nothing was happening. And, you know, it really just bugged me because, I mean, he was a really good villain. But they didn't really give him much to do. And I just wish there was more for, you know, Batista to do. I'm happy he got to be in a James Bond film. I just wish it would have been more. Even Christoph Waltz as the bad guy, it was just kind of you know. I thought the chick that was the Bond girl was just kind of didn't even feel like really like a Bond girl, you know. And Daniel Craig, we talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago about how when he was doing press for this movie, he was saying, you know, I'm kind of over it at this point. He even said, I'd rather slice my wrist than do another movie. You know, he said, if you see me in another one of these, you know I'm just doing it for the money. I mean, he talked a lot of shit. And I was very, very disappointed in his attitude about this role. And then I saw Spectre, and it made me realize, like, he truly just does not give a shit anymore. I felt like Daniel Craig was sleepwalking through this film, like, the whole time. I felt like you could tell his heart wasn't into it. He wasn't giving it his all. And he just kind of was going through the motions, you know, and that's really sad. It did not seem like he wanted to be there. It didn't look like he was having any fun in this movie, and I felt it, you know, and maybe that was just my perception because I know how he truly feels based off these interviews, but I was just very overall just disappointed in the way he came off on screen. But like I said, I mean, overall it was a good movie. I'm just being overly critical because I was so excited about this. This was one of the movies that was left this year that I was super, super excited for, and I felt let down, you know, and I just expected more. You know, my wife, me and her have not seen a movie together in months, and we were finally able to get a date night, and we went and saw this, and my wife was even like, man, this feels like a waste of our date night, you know, because, I mean, she felt exactly the same way I did. And I feel like most reviewers kind of feel the same way I did. But then there's some people that didn't. Like, I know Geeky Pat, he really enjoyed the film, you know. I think our boy Friggins, he enjoyed some of it. He kind of understood where I was coming from, so he was kind of a little bit more in the middle. But like I said, Geeky Pat loved it. So I think if you're a diehard James Bond fan, you'll probably dig this movie, because I mean it feels like a Bond film, but I just expected more, and especially with how awesome Skyfall was, I really expected more because it was the same director, same everybody came back. So in the 5-star scale, I gave Spectre 3 out of 5. It was good, and that was about it. So not the 4 or 5 stars that I was hoping for, just 3 out of 5. So that's my review on Spectre. You know, it's doing pretty well. It's not doing as well as Skyfall did at the box office, but, you know, it's doing pretty decent there. It's actually doing really well overseas. So internationally, it's becoming a really, really big hit. So, you know, go see it for yourself and make your own conclusion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the news of the past couple weeks and get you caught up to speed. We have the brand new trailer for In the Heart of the Sea, which is Ron Howard's new film with Chris Hemsworth, and I think this movie looks incredible, and I can't wait to go check that one out. We have the first trailer for the AMC channel's Preacher adaptation, which comes out next year. I'm looking really forward to Preacher as well. X-Men Apocalypse is heading back to Montreal for some reshoots, and rumors have it that part of those reshoots will be none other than Hugh Jackman. Yes, we haven't heard much or any kind of solid word that Wolverine or Hugh Jackman is going to be in X-Men Apocalypse, but there's some people that are on set for the reshoots that said, according to the docket, Hugh Jackman's coming, and that's why they're doing a couple weeks worth of reshoots, because they're doing a lot of scenes that they need Hugh Jackman for. So who knows, he could end up having a pretty nice little role here if these rumors pan out to be true. I really hope they do, because I really want Wolverine in this film, especially knowing that the next Wolverine film is going to be his last. I think we need to get him in another X-Men movie first. So I hope that is true about these reshoots. CBS is developing a new Star Trek series, and producer Alex Kurtzman is going to be on board, and which makes sense because he was on board for the movie series as well. And it's going to be on CBS, and rumor has it that it might even be a digital exclusive. CBS is one of those rare channels that is not a part of the Hulu subscription. Hulu has all your Fox and your NBC and your, ABC and all that stuff, but they don't have CBS. And the reason they don't is CBS has their own streaming service called CBS All Access. And one of the rumors coming with the Star Trek show is that it might be an exclusive show on the CBS All Access app. So then you have to subscribe to it to be able to see the new Star Trek TV show. Rumor has it that this is not going to be tied to the movie universe. This is just going to be a new series set in the Star Trek universe. So I know Geeky Pat will love this because he's a big Star Trek fan. So it'll be interesting to see, especially if it ends up being exclusive on that CBS app. Sci-Fi Channel has ordered a gender-bent Van Helsing series. Yes, it's going to be a female Van Helsing called Vanessa Helsing. So we'll see how the Sci-Fi Channel handles that one. TBS has ordered a dark comedy called Search Party that will be coming out next year. Doctor Strange has added Michael Stolbarg. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Michael. But he's going to be the surgeon that I believe works on Doctor Strange after he hurts his hands. Amy Schumer talks about that screenplay that she's writing with Jennifer Lawrence. She says it's funny, it's dirty, it's real. And they're definitely finishing that up. So I'm so excited about that project. I think it's going to be pretty damn cool. Mark Wahlberg has been loosely attached to a $6 Million Man remake for a long time now, and it's finally been given a green light, and they are going to do it. It's going to come out in 2017, and it will be the $6 Billion Man. So yes, the $6 Billion Man starring Mark Wahlberg will be out in 2017. So that is pretty damn cool right there. It'll actually be out at the end of 2017, so gotta wait a little bit longer, but it'll be out December 22nd, 2017. Archbishop and the Antichrist is a new film that's getting made, and it's just signed on Vince Vaughn and Forrest Whitaker to join the cast there. Hotel Transylvania 3 has been greenlit and is coming in 2018. No shocker there. Hotel Transylvania 2 did amazing at the box office, so no shocker there. Nicole Kidman is also in negotiations to join the Wonder Woman movie. This is a big deal here. Wonder Woman actually, I believe, just started shooting. I saw a set picture the other day of Chris Pine, and no word yet on what role Nicole Kidman will play. Some are saying she'll be the villain. Some are saying she'll play Wonder Woman's mother. We'll have to wait and see. I can see her being the villain. I mean, I don't know why I don't really see her as Wonder Woman's mom. I see her being like this evil villain. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think getting Nicole Kidman would be a nice little perch to the Wonder Woman film. James McAvoy is going to star in a new film called Submergence. Lily James is set to star in a new movie called Young Woman in the Sea, and that's going to be produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, which I used to love everything Jerry Bruckheimer did, but his taste has seemed to change lately, so I don't know if I can roll with that. We have Everything Wrong with Casino Royale in 12 minutes or less. plus the honest teaser. Now, it's usually an honest trailer, talking about a movie trailer, but this is an honest teaser which focuses completely on the trailer for Star Wars The Force Awakens. So I like when they do this with big trailers. It's pretty funny. 300 producer picks up a new action feature called Zodiac Year of the Snake. This one sounds pretty interesting, so check that out. Bryan Singer is teasing the arrival of the X-Men Apocalypse trailer, which word has it that the trailer will be attached and debut with Star Wars The Force Awakens. So that would be really tight when we go check out Star Wars if I get to see Apocalypse before that. Metallica says they're working on new music and that they're finishing up their new album, so that's really exciting. I love Metallica, and it's been far too long to get something new there. NBC set some early premiere dates for America Ferrera and Eva Longoria's new comedies. America Ferrera's is Superstore, which looks pretty funny. It's kind of like set in like a Walmart kind of thing. And Eva Longoria's is a telenueva comedy, which actually looks pretty funny too. So we'll see. R&B singer Miguel joins Ben Affleck's new film Live by Night, which he's currently filming. Activision has bought the company behind Candy Crush for just $5.9 billion. So there you got that. Pretty crazy. We have the trailer for Sherlock, The Abominable Bride, which is the new Sherlock special starring Benedict Cumberbatch, reprising his role as Sherlock. So pretty cool there. BBC has ordered a TV adaptation of Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials. So, yeah. Evan Peters teases Quicksilver's role in X-Men Apocalypse. So you can read that if you want to have some minor spoilers. So I won't read it out to you and ruin that there. We have the first trailer for Warcraft. So I know a lot of people looking forward to this. This is the movie adaptation of the World of Warcraft movie, video game. And, I'm not big into like the sorcery and kind of like, Lord of the Rings type movies. But Warcraft looks pretty damn tight, I gotta say. I really dug the trailer. And I'll be interested to check this out when it comes out. It comes out in June of 2016. So check out the new Warcraft trailer. We have the new trailer also for Kung Fu Panda 3, which comes out in March, I believe. Ralph Fiennes has joined the Lego Batman movie, and he's going to be Alfred, so that's pretty cool. Jon Stewart has just formed a daily content deal with HBO. It's going to be a 4-year deal that he'll be producing content for HBO, so congratulations to Jon Stewart there. We have the first trailer for Spike Lee's new film called Chirac, so check that out. Key and Peele are developing a stop-motion picture called Wendell and Wild with Henry Selick. So I love Key and Peele, even though that sounds retarded. I'll still watch it because it's Key and Peele, so I like it. I like it a lot. We have the list of the People's Choice nominations, so you can check that out if you're interested. We have the new poster for Krampus on our Twitter page, so you can look for that if you're interested. J.K. Simmons is set to headline a new ensemble comedy drama called The Bachelors. So that's pretty cool. I love J.K. Simmons, so that's a cool thing there. Samuel Jackson, he is going to be headlining a voice cast of a new animated movie, which is going to pay homage to Blazing Saddles, and the film will be called Blazing Samurai. So, yeah, that's interesting. Lisa Kudrow has joined the cast of The Girl on the Train, so she's joined Emily Blunt and all them on that film. Black Sails, if you're a fan of that show, it's returning to the Stars Channel on January 23rd, 2016. Mean Girls director Mark Waters is going to direct Bad Santa 2, so that's pretty cool there. The new Twin Peaks revival over on Showtime, which was supposed to come out in 2016, has just been pushed back and it will now come out in 2017. Liam Neeson will play Deep Throat in writer and director Peter Leidsman's new film called Felt. We have the new Red Band and Green Band trailer for Michael Bay's new film, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, which looks really, really good. I'm looking forward to that. Daily Show host Trevor Noah is getting his own stand-up special over on Comedy Central. Paul Rudd and Alexander Skarsgård have been cast in a new sci-fi feature from Duncan Jones, which should be really interesting. Duncan Jones, of course, the director of Warcraft, which we just talked about. So that'll be interesting to see what he does. The film will be called Mute, and it's being labeled as a sci-fi Casablanca. So very interesting there. Keanu Reeves, Anne Hathaway, and Daniel Radcliffe join a new film called The Modern Ocean. You can take a look at the first official pictures from the new Harry Potter prequel, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And you can see how the characters are going to look in the new film, and especially the lead actor, Eddie Redmayne. Kevin Spacey has joined Edgar Wright's Baby Driver, so that's a good addition there. Eddie Redmayne's name in Fantastic Beasts is Newt Scamander. Sounds like a Star Wars character, to be honest. So, man. Sneaky Pete, which is a new show on Amazon. They only did the pilot, and they were waiting to see how well it did, and it did pretty damn well. So Sneaky Pete has been given a full season order from Amazon, so that's pretty cool. I still need to watch this myself. I just have not had a chance yet, but I'll definitely be checking out Sneaky Pete. I think it looks good. Kit Harington and Jessica Chastain are going to headline Death and Life of John F. Donovan. We have some Star Wars Force Awakens character posters that you can check out with all the characters on our Facebook and Twitter page. The Stars Channel acquires One More Time, a new film starring Christopher Walken and Amber Heard. Director of the Crow remake says that the project is still happening, and he swears he is going to make it come hell or high water. So congratulations to him, man. Get that movie made. No, don't let all those naysayers get a stop on you. You know, we need our Crow remake. I know a lot of people don't want it, but as much as I love the original Crow, I want to see the Crow back on the big screen. So I need this. Adele's new song Hello has the biggest sales week in over 15 years. Wow, congratulations to her. You can watch the Stars Channel trailer for the new show The Girlfriend Experience, so you can check that out, and that's from executive producer Steven Soderbergh. USA has set a winter premiere date for Suits. Luke Evans has replaced Jared Leto in The Girl on the Train, which we just talked about a little bit ago that Lisa Kudrow attached. I figured Jared Leto wasn't going to make it here. You know, we did an article maybe a month ago or so on the show here talking about that Jared Leto and Chris Evans were both in negotiations. Well, Chris Evans had to drop out, and they got Justin Theroux to replace him, and now Jared Leto had to drop out, and Luke Evans replaced him. So a lot of casting shakeups because Chris Evans and Jared Leto are so damn busy, which sucks because I was looking forward to the film with those two in it. But, you know, Luke Evans and Justin Theroux are some pretty good replacements as well. So Ryan Reynolds, Samuel Jackson, and Gary Oldman have joined the new film Hitman's Bodyguard. I just like the casting alone, so I'm pretty cool with that. We have a first look at Kickboxer Vengeance, and you can take a first look at Batista and Jean-Claude Van Damme in the new film, which originally was supposed to be a remake of Kickboxer, but now that it's been retitled Kickboxer Vengeance, a lot of people are saying it's actually a sequel. So we'll see how this plays out. It'd be cool if they played this as a sequel, but I didn't think that Van Damme was reprising his role. I thought he was going to be, you know, playing the old school master. But maybe they changed his name and they have him be the same character, and he can still be the master. But in any event, Kickboxer Vengeance coming next year. And Batista looks pretty cool, and I'm sure he gets to say more than one word in it. Let's see here. We've already talked about all of this. Congratulations also to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which just celebrated its 50th episode. And I gotta say, man, if you guys aren't watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you need to get with it, especially if you're a Marvel fan. There's no reason you should be missing this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been excellent this season, and it was really good last season too. I know a lot of people that watched it in its first season kind of gave up, and the first season was a little lackluster. But, you know, it really picked up towards the end, and they've just been out the gate running all second season, and especially in this third season, talking with the Inhumans and all that kind of stuff. So, if you haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., get on the boat, check it out, because it's definitely worth it. It's been an awesome, awesome show. So, congratulations to them for passing 50 episodes, because that's pretty awesome. Riz Ahmed joins the cast of Bourne Identity 5. Joseph Manfredi is going to be played by Ken Marino on Agent Carter, so he's joining that. I love Ken Marino, man. He always pops up in a lot of stuff, so I'm always anxious to see anything he pops up on. Sony is hitting the redo button on the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, and they're going to launch right in with the 4th book and make it the kind of reboot, relaunch of the franchise, which is The Girl in the Spider's Web. And they're supposedly looking at Alicia Vikander to take up the role there of the Girl in the Spider's Web. So, don't ask Rooney Mara, though, because according to her, she says, hey, that's still my franchise, and I'm still playing that role. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's kind of funny that Sony's saying we're going to skip the other 2 Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books and we're going to jump straight to the new one. Because I wish they would have continued, but it doesn't look like they can get Mr. James Bond back, Daniel Craig, which is kind of whack. But once again, it shows what a jackass he is, that he won't return to a franchise that helped build his name. Anyways, I won't hinder on that. We have the first official trailer for Christmas Eve, starring Patrick Stewart and John Heder. And then some interesting news. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are officially dating. Yes, that is not a lie. Gwen Stefani, who just recently went through a divorce, same thing with Blake Shelton last year. They're, of course, both judges on The Voice, and they've clicked and they've hooked up. And according to some reports as early as Friday, this past Friday, some news sites are reporting that she's already pregnant. So they ain't wasting no time getting down. So they are officially dating. I've seen a couple credible sources saying she's pregnant, but I haven't heard an official thing yet. But hey, congratulations to Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. As odd as of a couple as it seems to me, I guess they found love in a hopeless place. God's Not Dead 2 has been given a spring 2016 release date. We have Everything Wrong with Quantum of Solace in 12 minutes or less. We have the first official trailer for Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is the Alice in Wonderland sequel. Not directed by Tim Burton, but looks like it's still a Tim Burton film. We have the first official trailer for The Hateful Eight, so you can check that out. We have a new promo poster for The Flash, which looks really cool. You can see the full list of all the winners of the Country Music Awards on our Twitter and Facebook page. Allison Williams has been signed on to join the horror flick Get Out, which will be the new one from writer-director Jordan Peele from Key & Peele. So I think Allison Williams is a good addition to that. She's really hot too, so I'm always down with that. Let's see. We have some first set photos of Benedict Cumberbatch on set for Doctor Strange, which is now officially filming. Director Michael Winterbottom has left the Will Ferrell comedy biopic Russ and Roger, so that's too bad. So I don't know, they gotta hurry up and find a new director really quick. It's official. Will Smith confirms that he's gonna go on tour with DJ Jazzy Jeff. Oh yeah, it is gonna be tight, son. TBS is going to marathon all 10 episodes of Rashida Jones' new cop comedy called Angie Tribeca on January 17th through the 18th. So they're going to air all 10 episodes back-to-back in a binge session. I think the show will be pretty cool. I love Rashida Jones. She's super funny, and I'll definitely be checking out the show. I don't know if I'll watch 10 episodes in a row, but I'll DVR them all in a row, and I'll watch them whenever I'm damn good and ready. We have the first full new trailer for London Has Fallen, starring Gerard Butler. This, of course, is the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. So I'm looking forward to this. This movie looks awesome. It looks like they took all the intensity, all the great stuff from Olympus and turned it up 10 notches. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. We have the new trailer for Concussion, the new Will Smith film based on the NFL concussion stuff. Katy Perry beats out Taylor Swift to become 2015's highest paid woman in music. Congratulations to her. That's pretty shocking to me, actually, that she beat out Taylor Swift. For those of you that are fans of the video game The Witcher, get ready because a Witcher movie is in development and will be coming in 2017. You know, I'm not a fan of this video game, but I can see this being a movie, and I'd be definitely interested to check it out. We also have the first official trailer for God's Not Dead 2. Olga Kurylenko is going to headline a new sci-fi thriller called Android. We have the first best look picture at Flash's new big bad guy Zoom in episode 6 there. Great picture of Zoom, man. He looks awesome. And if you watched The Flash and you saw last week's episode, man, those last 10 minutes of that episode, Zoom ain't nothing to fuck with. You thought Reverse Flash was crazy? Zoom takes it to a whole nother level, and I can't wait to see more of this badass. We have the list of 16 animated films that have been submitted for Oscar consideration for Best Animated Film. In some really, really cool news, Daniel Fleetwood, who was a terminally ill guy dying of cancer, one of his last wishes was, he's a ginormous Star Wars fan, and he just said, you know, I'd love to see Star Wars Force Awakens, you know, before I pass. And people started using the hashtag Force for Daniel and talking about it and saying, you know, man, fulfill this guy's wish. Finally, Disney stepped in and they said, yep, we're going to do it. J.J. Abrams called him personally and said, hey, we're going to bring you a copy. We're going to let you watch it in your house, and, you know, hope you enjoy. And they did. They brought it to their house. He got to see it. And it was really cool to see this guy's wish come true. And great timing on it as well, because unfortunately, like a couple days later, he passed away. And it's really, really sad. You know, it's always sad to hear about somebody losing their life, especially at an early age. I believe he was only 31, to a terminal illness. But man, props to Disney, props to J.J. Abrams, everybody involved, that, you know, Star Wars Force Awakens is the biggest movie of the year, very clouded in secrecy, and, you know, they didn't have to do this, and they stepped up and they gave this guy a wish. And I'm sure, you know, even knowing you're passing, to be that big of a Star Wars fan, and for those probably 2.5 hours, he never had another care in the world. And I'm sure he was grinning ear to ear, getting to, you know, watch that movie. And, you know, it's almost like he got to pass in peace a couple days later. So, you know, our thoughts and prayers to, you know, Daniel Fleetwood, to his family, to everybody involved, and a big thank you to Disney and Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, everybody involved, for making this guy's wish come true. That was very, very cool. Alright, moving back in with the news, an all-new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will be making its way to Bravo this December. Noomi Rapace is in talks to play Amy Winehouse in a new biopic film. Fargo star Allison Tolman is going to lead ABC's Downward Dog pilot episode, which is a new show they're going to be doing. Diane Lane is joining Liam Neeson in that Deep Throat movie, which is going to be the new spy thriller called Felt. Idris Elba's Luther special has a premiere date, and let me get that for you right now. Sorry, my link just popped right off. Luther. So this is a special, and Elba is set to return to the title role in a one-night special airing December 17th on 9 p.m., and that will be on the BBC. So very cool there. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. Woody Harrelson in talks to join Brie Larson in The Glass Castle. We have the new international trailer for Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is really cool and has a ton of new footage. You know, I usually an international trailer pretty much shows you the exact same shit that the American trailer does. It just might have barely a nugget of different footage. This was like a whole new trailer, and it showed some really cool stuff on it, so it was pretty cool to see them drop something like this. So check out that international trailer. It's definitely worth it. Aziz Ansari's new show, Master of None, has premiered on Netflix, and I'm hearing nothing but great stuff about it. Everybody I know that's watched it says it's great. This show has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I unfortunately have not had a chance to watch it yet. It is in my queue. I'm a big Aziz Ansari fan. It's just finding time to start a whole nother show. But I will be watching this. I'm looking forward to it. Master of None looks really, really funny. Let's see. Z Nation has been renewed for a third season over on the Sci-Fi Channel. Amazon has ordered a half-hour Shaun the Sheep special, plus 3 other kids series, so check that out over on Amazon. Call of Duty movies and a Skylanders TV show are on the way from Activision, so that's pretty cool right there. I've been waiting for a Call of Duty movie, man. I'm a big Call of Duty fan. Black Ops 3 is in the house. If you guys are on the PS4 and you want to play some Black Ops, go ahead and add me, man. DX.Mega, add me up, and we'll get down. Jason Statham has joined forces with Point Break writer for a new action movie, so that's pretty cool there. A new film and television studio called Activision Blizzard Studios has been launched. I'm sure that has a lot to do with Warcraft. Let's see here. We have the first trailer for Touched with Fire, starring Katie Holmes. The trailer for 400 Days, starring Dane Cook and Brandon Routh. The trailer for American Hero, starring Stephen Dorff. You can see the first full trailer for Bill Burr's new animated Netflix comedy called F is for Family. Marcia Cross joins Quantico, so she's joining the cast of Quantico. Mayor of Philly proclaims November 25th Creed Day, so that's pretty cool. Congratulations to Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, everybody involved with Creed. Chloe Grace Moretz has joined the live-action Little Mermaid film, and this is going to be from Universal Pictures. This is not based on the Disney cartoon. This is based on the original literary version of Little Mermaid, and I can dig it, man. I love Chloe Grace, so she'll be a good Ariel. You can see the first trailer for America Ferrera's new NBC comedy called Superstore. Check that out. Mark Dacascos has joined Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he is pretty badass. He was a big villain on Hawaii Five-0 that I watch. He also played the Crow on the television series. I think he's going to be a member of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think he actually debuts on this week's episode, so keep an eye out for him. Jason Bateman has also joined Liam Neeson and Diane Lane in that movie called Felt, based on the Deep Throat thing, so that cast is really stacking up. American Crime Season 2 has set a premiere date for January. You can also see the first set photos of Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo on the set of Doctor Strange. We have the character posters for Alice Through the Looking Glass, so you can see how everybody's looking over there. Last weekend's box office, we're not going to run down the full box office because we're another week later, but last week Spectre opened up to $70 million, and the Peanuts movie came in second place with $45 million, so that was a pretty good opening weekend for both films. Like I said, Spectre did not match what Skyfall did. Skyfall made about $88 million in its opening weekend, and Spectre only did 70, so quite a bit of a fall, but still, a nice little debut for the beginning of November to get that box office a little bit reignited, because the previous 2 weeks of the box office have been nothing but horrible bombs. So it's nice to see some money come back into the theaters. Gunnar Hansen, the guy who plays the Texas Chainsaw Massacre killer, he had just passed away. He passed away at the age of 68. So I know we're getting a remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he's the man that did it for all those years. So, thoughts and prayers once again to him and his family. You can see the first trailer for Jennifer Lopez's new show called Shades of Blue, so you can check out the first trailer for that. Vin Diesel teases some details on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and XXX 3, so you can look into that. The plot has been revealed for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out that article because I'm not going to spoil it for you. Let's see here. John Wick 2 has brought back John Leguizamo, Bridget Moynihan, and adding Peter Stormare to the cast. So good additions here. I like it a lot. It's kind of interesting that Bridget Moynihan's brought back because she was John Wick's wife that ends up dying in the first film. So I don't know if she's going to be back in flashbacks or, who knows, in John Wick fashion, she might be, a bad person who comes back into his life and says, "Oh, John, did you really think I was dead?" So, it'll be interesting to see how they play her into it. Brian De Palma is going to direct the action thriller called Lights Out. Blake Shelton is hosting the Kids' Choice Awards. Mariah Carey has joined the Lego Batman movie, and she's going to be playing the mayor. Netflix is getting really scary with a new true crime documentary series called Making a Murderer, so look for that. Sorry, Stone Temple Pilot fans, Chester Bennington has quit the band. Yes, Chester's going back to full-time in Linkin Park and says he just unfortunately does not have the time that is needed to devote to Stone Temple Pilots. I always thought that was an odd pairing anyway, so, I like Chester, but I like him in Linkin Park. I didn't care for him much in Stone Temple. Congratulations to Blindspot, which has been renewed for a second season. So very, very cool. I love Blindspot, and it's the first new show to be given a green light for a second season. So I love it. And let's do it, baby. Olivia Munn is producing a new female sportscaster series for the CW. Ruby Rose from Orange is the New Black. She's joined the cast of John Wick 2. Let's read down the list here of all the fine females that are being eyed for the Baywatch movie. Yes, 7 females are reportedly up to join the Baywatch cast. And, of course, we already know The Rock is the lead actor in this film. Zac Efron has joined the film. And now we're wondering who's going to be the ladies. So the short list includes Ashley Benson, of course, from Pretty Little Liars and Spring Breakers, Alexandra Daddario, my girl, my pick to obviously get the role, who also worked with The Rock in San Andreas, Nina Dobrev from The Vampire Diaries and Perks of Being a Wallflower, another hottie, Shelley Hennig from Teen Wolf and Unfriended, Bianca Santos from The Duff and Ouija, Alexandra Shipp, who's going to be playing Storm in X-Men Apocalypse, and Denise Tantz from Big Time Rush and the TV show Dog with a Blog. So even though there's 7 girls here, it doesn't mean that they're all vying for the same role. They need multiple females in this film, so they could all be trying out for different things. If it was up to me, Alexandra Daddario would be my first pick. I would also bring on Nina Dobrev for sure. But hey, nothing is wrong getting any of these girls because they are all fine, and I think they would all be great additions to the Baywatch movie. I think Alexandra has the heads up on everything because she is the best, first and foremost, but because she worked with The Rock in San Andreas, I feel like she probably has a better heads up than some of the other ones. Tina Fey's new film, Taliban Shuffle, it's a new war comedy. It's been given a March release date, so that's pretty cool. NBC has renewed Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. Neon Demon is a new film, and that was actually going to get a theatrical release, and Amazon Studios just bought it out, so it'll come out on Amazon. We have a brand new Jessica Jones trailer, so definitely check that out. Some people don't want to check it out, though, because the show does come out on Netflix this Friday, November the 20th. Also my daughter's 2nd birthday, so congratulations, baby girl, happy birthday. Marvel's saving Jessica Jones for your birthday, baby girl. But yes, Jessica Jones trailer 2, I watched it. It looks awesome. I can't wait to watch this show in its full entirety. We also have the first trailer for Finding Dory, of course the sequel to Finding Nemo. Jeffrey Dean Morgan has been cast as the villain Negan in The Walking Dead, so that's pretty cool there. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I don't watch The Walking Dead, but I know he'll be a great addition. We have the Season 2 trailer for Amazon's hit show Transparent. We have the first photo from the Arrow and the Flash crossover episode. We also have an article up with the synopsis of what's that going to be about as well, so check that out. We have the first official photos, posters for Zoolander 2, which look hilarious. Spectre breaks the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest film stunt explosion. Yes, they blew up about, 20 buildings in the middle of the desert as part of a big action sequence, and that actually is the biggest explosion ever in film history, which is kind of crazy. So I didn't think it looked that, over the top to me to be the most, but hey. We have the second official trailer for Ride Along 2, which I can't wait to see. I love Kevin Hart, so that's going to be awesome. No shocker here, American Horror Story has already been renewed for season 6. We all knew that was coming, man. People love themselves their American Horror Story. Fox TV has ordered a live-action / animated comedy hybrid show called Son of Zorn, which will be starring Jason Sudeikis, and it's from Lord and Miller, the Lego movie directors, so that's pretty cool there. We have the honest trailer for Terminator Genesis, which this one actually pissed me off because all they did was just make fun of the movie. I really like Terminator Genesis. I don't care what any of y'all say. I think this movie got ripped for really no reason at all. It was a fun movie, and it was a good sequel to Judgment Day. So I think this honest trailer went a little over the top on it, but that's just what they do sometimes. And then over with our Everything Wrong With series, we have Everything Wrong With Jurassic World in 15 minutes or less. Let's see. Ghost in the Shell movie adds Palau Asbek as Batal. I probably just butchered all of that. I'm sorry, I don't know much about Ghost in the Shell to tell you what that guy's name is, and I've never heard of the actor before. So hopefully, if you do know who I'm talking about, you understood what I was saying. Paramount Animation announces their upcoming release dates for their animation slate, which sounds pretty crappy to be honest. And they're going to do a sequel to Romeo and Juliet, and this time it's Sherlock Gnomes with with Johnny Depp as Sherlock Gnomes' voice. I had honestly forgot all about Romeo and Juliet. It was actually a pretty funny movie. I saw it in the theater. But I forgot about it. I forgot the movie even existed, and it's kind of weird that they're just now going to do a sequel to it. But it's what happens sometimes. Mystery Science Theater 3000 might be coming back. They're working on doing a revival. David Frankel's in talks to direct Collateral Beauty. Jada Pinkett Smith is going to be playing district attorney in an ABC racial drama that's coming from A&E. We have the first official trailer for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. We have the second trailer for The Finest Hours as well. We also have a new Red Band trailer for The Night Before. I'm looking so forward to this film. Fox's mid-season schedule has been revealed as Sleepy Hollow is getting bumped to Friday nights. They're shifting some things around. New Girl's coming back. New Girl's going to be on the Tuesday night comedy block with The Grinder and Grandfathered, so that's pretty cool. Congratulations to The Rock and his girlfriend Lauren Hashian. They're expecting a baby girl, so congratulations there. Going to have a little baby Rock. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is also movie nights over on Fox. They're going to move it from Sunday night onto that Tuesday night comedy block with everything else, with New Girl and Grandfathered and The Grinder. So that's going to be a good comedy night. I like the sounds of that one there. Little Prince is going to hit theaters in March 2016, and SpongeBob the Movie 3 will arrive in 2019. Gina Rodriguez is eyeing Alex Garland's new film Annihilation opposite Natalie Portman. Batman Bad Blood is set for a February release. That's a new animated film. Legendary Star Wars contributor Lawrence Kasdan says that 2018's Han Solo movie is going to be his last. He said he's done enough in the Star Wars universe, and it's time that he hangs his hat up. So he's going to be leaving the Star Wars universe after the Han Solo movie. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 has earned over $550 million in its first weekend, and it's the biggest entertainment release of 2015. So congratulations, man. Black Ops. Call of Duty, every year Call of Duty just breaks these records. It's crazy. Tamar Braxton has been forced to withdraw from Dancing with the Stars for medical reasons, so get well soon. Hate to see somebody lose because of that. Neil Blomkamp is in talks with Fox to write and direct a new sci-fi picture called The Gone World. New Girl Season 5. Looking forward to it. New Girl Season 5. Let me find. I'm going to tell you when it released. January 5th. Tuesday, January 5th will be the season premiere of that. Also, Wednesday, January 6th will be the season premiere of the final season of American Idol. We're finally going to be getting Lucifer coming in January. And the Frankenstein Code, which we've talked about on this show. There's a new show coming out called The Frankenstein Code, which had been renamed to Looking Glass. Well, it's been renamed again. And the show is now called Second Chance. I don't know why the hell Fox keeps changing shit on this show. Looking Glass was fine because I believe Looking Glass was the name of the department that this guy works for. So it made kind of sense. I don't know what the hell. I mean, Second Chance, I get it. The guy was killed and then he's brought back as this new Frankenstein kind of thing, so it's a second chance. But I don't understand why they keep tweaking it. I mean, 3 title changes in less than a year? Stop it. Just stop it. But Second Chance is going to make its debut on Wednesday, January 13th. Alright? Jeez. Lucifer, which I'm really looking forward to. Lucifer will debut following the revival of the X-Files starting on Monday, January 25th. Reese Witherspoon and Scarlett Johansson have joined Matthew McConaughey in a new animated movie called Sing. Ridley Scott reveals that in the new Prometheus sequel, he will reveal who made the xenomorphs, so that'll be pretty cool. We have an article up with Harrison Ford talking about his return to Han Solo and how much he wants to come back and do Indiana Jones again. So we all know that, and that's cool to hear him say. It is official that on top of just the X-Men Apocalypse trailer, the Deadpool new second trailer will also be debuting in December. We know that Apocalypse will be with Star Wars. We don't know if the Deadpool movie will be Star Wars also, or if it will come out earlier in the month. Rumor has it that the Captain America Civil War trailer will also be attached to Star Wars, but that's just a rumor right now. We have the first trailer for Ip Man 3, or IP Man 3, depending on who you are, starring Donnie Yen, and this one also has Mike Tyson as the villain, so very interesting. We had an article up with Peyton Reed talking about the sequel to Ant-Man that he's going to be directing. We have Everything Wrong with Tomorrowland in 18 minutes or less. The movie Snowpiercer is getting turned into a TV show because, you know, that's what everybody does now is they take movies and they make them TV shows. So Snowpiercer is becoming a TV series. It's being developed by the writer of Avatar 2, Josh Friedman. So we'll see how that pans out. I like the movie, but I don't see how they can turn that into a big TV show. Carrie Fisher reveals that she's not called Princess Leia anymore in The Force Awakens, so if you want to know what she's called, read the article. It's interesting. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, though, that wants to be super secretive about this. New writers have boarded Van Helsing with plans to expand Universal Pictures' cinematic monsterverse. Yes, as you all know, we've been talking about it for years now. Universal wants to do a monster universe. And they're gonna, you know, there's a Dracula Untold was like a loosely kind of kickoff to it, but then they're gonna do a new Mummy, and on top of the Mummy, they're gonna do, you know, Frankenstein. They're gonna do the Wolfman, all that kind of stuff. So now Universal's decided to bring Van Helsing back into the picture, which is something they were going to reboot about a year or so ago with Tom Cruise, actually, but this is no longer that. They've decided to scrap all that, and this is a new, fresh beginning. but they want this new Van Helsing to be a part of the monster universe. And also, this will have nothing to do with the Vanessa Helsing gender swap that Sci-Fi Channel is doing. Transparent star Amy Landecker has joined Marvel's Doctor Strange in an undisclosed role, so that's pretty cool. We have the first photos from the set of the Chips remake, starring Dax Shepard and Michael Pena. I'm actually looking forward to this movie because I know it's going to be really stupid, silly, over the top, like 21 Jump Street, so that's going to be cool. J.J. Abrams reveals the story of the new alien Maz Kanata, which is played by Lupita Nyong'o in The Force Awakens. So you can check out some details about that if you're interested. We have the first official poster for the Star Wars Force Awakens IMAX, which is a decent poster. Nothing really crazy special there. We also get the first details on Andy Serkis's new villain, Supreme Leader Snoke, that he's playing in The Force Awakens. Lots of Star Wars news, man. They're starting to go a little crazy with this, so they need to scale back a bit, man. We're less than a month away of the new movie, so let's save some stuff. We have the upcoming schedule for the FX and FXX networks, setting their premiere dates for new and returning series, so definitely check that out if you're interested to see when your favorite show comes back. The 50 Shades of Grey sequels will be filmed back-to-back in 2016, so they can just release those a year apart and not have to worry about it. Let's see here. We have a listing of all the new posters for Gods of Egypt, which is a new film coming out next year. The new film Hunter Killer is moving forward with Gerard Butler, so that's cool. It sounds really interesting, and I like the sound of it. And Gerard Butler is always awesome in action movies, man. He needs to do them more often. The Aquaman movie has been given the writer of Conjuring 2, so that writer is coming on board, which makes sense because we know James Wan, who directed The Conjuring and Conjuring 2, is directing Aquaman, so it only makes sense that he kind of brings his Conjuring writer with him to help build out Aquaman. You always bring out the people that you trust. American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, will make its debut on FX this February. Anna Gasteyer is joining the cast of Fox's Grease Live. Adam Wingard's Death Note remake has added Margaret Qualley. She's super hot. She's the chick from The Leftovers. Super sexy. Nicholas Hoult says that Oscar Isaac's a badass in X-Men Apocalypse as Apocalypse, so that's pretty cool there. J.J. Abrams talks Luke Skywalker's mythic status in The Force Awakens. Tracy Morgan will play Red Fox in the Richard Pryor biopic film, so that's pretty cool there. TNT has renewed Murder in the First for a third season. I know most of you are saying, that show's still even on? Or what show is that? Hey, got a third season. Mandy Moore and Milo Ventimiglia has joined NBC pilot coming up from the writer of Tangled. Edge of Tomorrow director Doug Liman has been signed on to direct the Gambit movie. Yes, so we finally have a director on board. Of course, the original director dropped out about 2 months ago, so they've I don't know, man, they took their sweet time finding a replacement, but I'm happy they got Doug Liman, to be honest. I mean, he did Edge of Tomorrow, he did Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You know, I talked on, I think on the last episode about some of the rumors that were floating around, and I said Doug Liman was my pick. The guy's an excellent director, and I think he could do something really, really special with this kind of property. So they're saying that Gambit's still going to come out in 2016 on its original date. I don't know how, man. I mean, they have less than a year to make this movie, and this is going to be a very effects-heavy movie, so I don't know how they're going to pull it off. I still don't see it coming out in 2016, but according to the press release when they signed on Doug Liman, it's still set for that, so we will see. David Hasselhoff has officially changed his name to David Hoff. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's just one of these things that celebrities do. Toy Story 4 has added Patricia Arquette as the voice of a brand new toy, so that's pretty cool there. Rumors surrounding a Guns N' Roses reunion continue to swirl now that Slash is made up with Axl, and they're saying, hey, things are looking better than ever for that big reunion. Scott Eastwood is going to be playing Ben Affleck's brother in Live by Night, the new movie he's making. Actor and martial artist Scott Adkins has joined the Doctor Strange movie in a new mystery role. Wicked City is a new show that's on ABC or CBS. It's on one of those, and it just started a couple weeks ago, and it's canceled. It is officially the first canceled show of the new season. We talked about this on an episode a couple weeks ago about how these networks are not canceling anymore, that they're just reducing the orders. Instead of 13 episodes, now it's going to be 10. They're not flat out canceling anything. Well, Wicked City, effective immediately, canceled Wicked City. So it is done. It is the first official cancellation of the new season. I was semi-interested in this show based on the trailer, and I almost DVR'd it, and I'm so glad I didn't. So, yeah, Wicked City, bye-bye. It looks like Michael Douglas might be returning in the Ant-Man sequel, so that's kind of a no-brainer to me. I always kind of assumed he'd be back, but, Ridley Scott may have changed the name of the Prometheus sequel again. The movie was supposed to be called Alien Paradise Lost. Now it looks like the movie might be titled Alien Covenant. So, nothing official yet, but that is the rumor going around. The first official Batman v Superman shirts have debuted online, so if you're interested in getting some merch, you can now start ordering that. Billboard magazine says that Adele's album 21 has been named the greatest album of all time. And it was funny when I tweeted this out. I had several tweets back like, what the hell is Billboard smoking? But it's pretty funny just to kind of see the response there. But hey, that's what they're saying. I don't make the rules, I just report them. CBS is shuffling some episodes around for Supergirl and NCIS LA following the horrific Paris attacks that happened Friday night. This isn't a political show. I'm not trying to get into it about ISIS or any of these other things. It's really, really scary, and it just shows how nuts this world is. But the big Paris attack went down on Friday night. The comedy Undateable that I watch airs live, and they decided not to record the show live that night in respect. And the Supergirl episode that was supposed to air tomorrow night is basically had some instances with bombings in it, and so they decided to not air that episode and flip it with the episode that was supposed to air next week. So they kind of just reversed them. And same thing with NCIS LA, it had something to do with bombings. So once again, just because of the subject matter, they're swapping some episodes around. So the cool thing is they're not just canceling and showing reruns tomorrow night. They're just flipping around the order. So instead of showing episode 5, they're going to show episode 6 and then kind of flip it around. So you'll still see those episodes. They're just going to kind of be aired out of sequence a little bit, out of respect. We also have an article up with the comprehensive timeline of American Horror Story and how it's all a connected universe that you never knew that you needed to know. So if you're interested to see how it's all connected and in what order and at what time, you could check out this article. And lastly, we have the new trailer up for the Divergent series Allegiant. Yes, Allegiant, the third film in the Divergent saga, has a new trailer out, and it's the first official trailer. And you can check that out right now on our Twitter and our Facebook page. It's definitely the best of the bunch. It looks very Hunger Games-ish. I mean, if you told me Hunger Games took place in the same universe, I would believe you, because that's the way this movie comes across. They should just merge them and then merge in the Scorched Trials and Maze Runner and all that stuff and just have them all be in the same universe. It would make a lot of sense. So, that's all our news. So, hell yeah. I'm glad that we got through that there nice and quickly. And let's get into our box office and release dates, and we'll wrap this baby up. On DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is a great movie, so if you haven't checked it out, please check it out on Blu-ray and DVD, Redbox, whatever. Check out Man from U.N.C.L.E., it's really, really good. In theaters this week is The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2, Secret in Their Eyes, Legend, and the comedy The Night Before. So, pretty big weekend at the box office there. I'm looking forward really to see The Night Before, but we'll see. I know my wife wants to see The Hunger Games, so we'll see how we get them all together there. And in our weekend box office, coming in number 10 is The Last Witch Hunter with $1.5 million. Number 9 is Hotel Transylvania 2 with $2.4 million. Number 8 is Prem Ratan Don Payo with $2.4 million. I don't even know what that is. That's crazy when movies like that just pop up out of nowhere. Number 7 is Bridge of Spies with $4.3 million. Number 6 is Goosebumps with $4.7 million. Number 5 is The 33 with $5.8 million. That's a debut there. Number 4 is The Martian with $6.7 million. The Martian, man, just hanging on for dear life, just doing so well. 6.7 million there. Number 3 is another debut. It's Love the Coopers with $8.4 million. Number 2 is the Peanuts movie with $24.2 million. And number 1, once again, no doubt, it's Spectre. No shocker there. Spectre made so much money last week, it was going to obviously continue that trend. So still making less than Skyfall, but holding in a nice retention there. So we'll see how much it gets knocked down next week when Hunger Games comes out, and I'm sure it makes over $100 million because it's the last one. So they're going to see it's going to go out with a bang there. And that will do it, my friends. Thank you so much. We only went a little bit over an hour, and I think that's pretty damn good for 2 weeks worth of news. So I'm glad you sat with me, and thank you for everybody's patience and time as we take a week off here and there and come back strong with a big 2-week episode. We've been getting some really good ratings lately, lots of listens, lots of downloads. Especially overseas, man. Shout out to all the peeps overseas in Asia and the UK, and I can't believe how internationally well known Am I on the Air is. So thank you everybody once again for checking that all out. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Am I on the Air. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Am I on the Air, and you can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Personally, you can of course go to our official webpage, which is amiontheair.com, so bookmark that, and you can always check out movie reviews and trailers and all kinds of good stuff. So go check out amiontheair.com and tell all your friends about it. If you're one of those people that your friends say to you, like, what'd you think of this movie, or what'd you think of that movie, or where can I look at reviews, tell them to go to amiontheair.com. You can see reviews for every movie I've done on this site since we started it. That's how far back it goes, for years. So you can see a lot of reviews on there. Of course, we're on Instagram, we're on Periscope, we're on Spreaker, we're on Stitcher, we're all over the place, and of course we're definitely on iTunes. I know a lot of you love your iTunes, so download, rate, subscribe, check us out on iTunes. Whew. And of course, our big affiliates, Red Dragons Radio. It's reddragonsradio.com, which is our hub that supports us. I'm broadcasting live right now from Red Dragons Radio Studios. RedDragonsRadio.com, where you can listen to my show here. You can listen to Red Dragons Assemble. You can listen to This Week with the Geek, The People's Forum, Pro Wrestling Nation, King Falls AM, Brothers of Destruction Podcast, all kinds of great stuff right there on Red Dragons Radio. Follow them on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio also, and support internet podcasts and everybody's love for the game. So that'll do it for tonight. Once again, November the 15th. And I thank you so much, and happy birthday to my baby girl turning 2 years old. I can't believe it. My little baby is growing up so fast. So thanks everybody. It is a big birthday weekend, and we have the new WWE pay-per-view coming up, so I'm not sure if we'll be doing another show next Sunday. We might skip again and then do another big 2-week wrap-up, so we'll play it by ear. Keep an eye out, and of course you'll always see the tweets and the Facebook posts and everything, and if you're subscribed on iTunes, you'll get the update. So that'll do it tonight. Have a great night. Have a great week. Keep reaching for the stars, and until next time, my friends, peace.
Bye, Dada. Becky.
Red Dragons!